Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the 10-minute morning. Today is January the 31st, the last day in January. Putting January to bed already. Man, it does go quicker, I tell you, when you get older. There's no doubt about that. Get through February. Nice part about being done with January is we're getting through winter. Quicker we get through winter, the better. Welcome to the 10-minute morning. Brought to you this week by the lOREBURN 19ers. Local hockey club here. Great people doing great things. Shout out to them this weekend. We'll talk about them a lot more here coming up. Also by Beachside Burgers. Burgers are better at the beach. Alrighty. What are we into here? We are into the weather. The weather right now at the dam is -3 by, what's going on here? By noon, it will be 0, and by 5 o'clock, it'll be -11. So it's going to get colder throughout the day. So as it gets colder, it's going to get colder throughout the day. Tomorrow, wind speed 16 kilometers out of the south-southeast. Tomorrow, highs of -18, lows of -26. Wednesday, lows of -31, highs of -25. So it's getting colder throughout the week. It looks like it's moving in later on today. All right, into some sporting action. In the SVHL this weekend, some big playoff games. Yeah, it seems a little early for playoffs. Other leagues aren't done. I know for lOREBURN, not going provincials, they got everybody farmed out everywhere else. So I know this weekend worked, so they tried to get it in sooner than later. Friday night, the lOREBURN 19ers traveled to Kyle. Unfortunately, they lost 10-7. Then they had the back-to-backer Saturday night in the 19er Dome, and it went to overtime. And unfortunately, Kyle won 5-4. So one goal away from going to the 3 games. Yes. Some injuries and some COVID and everything else kept the 19ers short all season. Unfortunately, the season comes to an end, and unfortunately, I was trying to time it that their week here on the 10-minute morning was during the playoffs, and we kind of are, but there it is. Other series got started as well this weekend. The Kenaston Blizzards beat up on Delisle 12-2. They travel back there. They go to Delisle on Tuesday. My guess is that'll be the end of the Bruins season. Outlook in Eston had a barn burner 3-2 in Eston on Friday. According to the website, the other ones are not determined yet. And then yesterday, Dinsmore shut out Central Butte 4-0. So Dinsmore's up 1-0 in that series as well. Also on the ice this weekend, the Saskatoon Quakers won 3-2 in overtime in Pilot Butte. Local product Dodge Long had a goal and an assist. The Contacts with local Morgan Tastad split the weekend in Estevan. They took a trouncing the first night, but they came back to win yesterday. So they split down in Estevan. The Nottingham Panthers way over in merry old England there. I believe they had one game, and it sounds like they won. They won that game. All right. What other sporting news do we got here? Oh, the NFL. Oh, man, if you're an NFL fan or a football fan at all, and you've been watching these NFL playoffs, I don't remember a more exciting year in the NFL than what this year is. I was down at the in-laws this weekend. We started to watch the game. Of course, we got some miles to make when it's going. Kansas City scored on their first 3 possessions. I said, if Kansas City scores here, we're leaving. Because they're up 21-3. I said, we're out of here. Let's get moving. Watch the rest in the car. So anyway, as it worked out, by the time we got in the car and got going, I didn't even get watching. Well, all of a sudden, I got a text. With 12 minutes left, the Bengals started coming back. They actually ended up taking the lead in the last few minutes. Kansas City marched down, got down to the 9. Got down to the 9, so they were first and goal to take the victory. They ended up taking a sack, ended up having to kick the field goal on the last second to take it to overtime. Then they won the coin toss again. You could almost hear the whole North America go, oh no. As another game was going to come down to a coin flip. Cincinnati's defense came up big. Kansas City took a shot down the field and Cincinnati intercepted it, taking the ball over. They worked it down into field goal range. And since they could score on their first possession, they were able to. And they won it with a field goal to go on to the Super Bowl. Cincinnati, under the leadership of Joe Burrow on the offense, won 4 games last year, and now they're going to the big dance. They're going to the championship. And that is a feel-good story. Good for the people in Cincinnati. They've been waiting a long time to get there. But, man, more exciting football action. And then the Rams in San Francisco. The interesting part about one more nugget about that game is Kansas City had a chance to kick a field goal on the last. They had the ball with 6 or 7 seconds left at the half. They could have kicked a field goal, ran one more play, didn't get in, and the clock ran out. Oh, man, take the points when you can get them when you're up, I tell you. So they kicked that field goal. Maybe they're going to their 3rd straight Super Bowl. Me, as a fan, kind of nice to see other teams in it, personally. San Francisco, they always seem to be holding. Oh, yeah. So then the next game was LA Rams in San Francisco. LA had a chance early to score, intercepted in the end zone. San Francisco brought it back. Back and forth, very close. San Francisco was up 17-7 at one time. And in the 4th quarter, LA came back with a couple touchdowns, and they ended up winning a touchdown, and they brought it down for a last-second field goal, and they kicked it through. Believe that. No, I'm losing my marbles here. Can't remember. Anyway, the LA Rams won 20-17, came down to the end again. So the NFL playoffs have been nail-biters all the way through. Very exciting stuff. So Super Bowl Sunday, of course, they have a media week. They get a 2-week break. They don't have to worry about the CFL where the weather, where it could get to -40 and you could lose an ear. These guys play them in nice weather under the domes. And so they have media week this week, and then they get back to work. So February the 13th, it's kind of a special day for some, day before Valentine's Day. Today is also hot chocolate day, which is a very special drink for us that don't drink coffee. And it's backwards day, which isn't that special since Trudeau's been in power, because we've been going backwards for a while. Time to get to work, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to the lOREBURN 19ers. Shout out for sponsorship. We're getting near the end. If you want to see the 10-minute morning continue, please reach out.